biggest podcast in the world. He started his podcast like 12 years ago.
Really?
He has like 1,800 episodes, including like his MMA episodes and his normal like shit he does. It's crazy, but like, you know, I don't expect to get big in the first 5-10 years. I just know that if I'm consistent and I do this over the next 5-10 years, I'll probably get somewhere decent. And then who knows? Like I said, 10 years. It takes 10 years to become an overnight sensation.
Because that's me. Like, whenever you were talking about like your podcast, and I was like, you know what? Like, that's something maybe I could do it too. So
Anyone can do it, man. If you got a mic, got some time.
no, and then the crazy thing is, like, I fucking went to the store, bro. I bought a whole new laptop just so I can like edit, like, my laptop that I can actually record off of. Bought a mic, bought the pop filters, did this, made all these accounts, and I even got like because I was like, I got SoundCloud because I was like, you know what, I'll post it there because I like the feature where like you can even comment on it. So I was like, all right, cool. Like maybe people will like, I can read what they say and whatnot, get some feedback. I paid for the yearly subscription so I can like have no because I guess with SoundCloud there's only certain storage you can post.
Yeah, that's why if you notice, Bears World only has like 2 episodes or 3 episodes on SoundCloud because I ran out of storage and I didn't want to pay for it.
Yeah, so I paid like $170.
Oh my, that $170
Yeah.
for the whole year?
And it's funny, it's like I don't even fucking have a damn episode or like I didn't
Bro,
even
it's
record
never
it.
too late. Hey, you should bring that stuff with you to the military if they allow it, and then maybe you could start doing like your military podcast throughout your whole like maybe do like a daily or weekly thing, or every couple of days you hop on, maybe just like, hey, all right, Shabab back here, the Brown Boy podcast, and today or this week in training we did this, just how I'm feeling today. Maybe give people an insight on how, like I said, if they allow it, I'm not sure,
Right.
but maybe that'd be something cool, and it'd give you something to do while you're up there, because you're not allowed to like use your phone or anything, right?
I mean, so at the time, like when I'm gonna be at basic, not really. It's just like
After that, you'll be able to.
yeah. So it's like after I complete basic, which is like 6 months, because my basic and AIT. So since AIT is like advanced individual training, but since I'm doing infantry, it's called OSA. So it's one station unit training. So it's like your basic and your personal training combined together.
Wait, so let me get. So you do like what, the first half with like your whole squadron that came in with you, and then like the second half would be like your own individual personal like training regimen.
No, so I guess it's like everyone who's doing infantry is like training together. So that's what. So when you go to basic, like someone could be like a fucking motor transport. Someone could be
Oh, okay.
like a medic. So it's like basic is like where you become a soldier. You train.
That's where they break you down, bring you back up, and then
Yeah.
after that, then like you're like, all right, so we're done with just the training for being a soldier. Now you're gonna go train to do your medic
job.
shit, your
Yeah,
driver.
yeah.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
So now like that's why with mine it's so long. It's like completely all together. It's 22 weeks, which is equivalent close to 6 months.
Roughly
here and there.
6 months, yeah.
But I mean, I'm excited to see how it goes. Like I remember when I sworn in, like I was so excited when I raised my right hand and I was, when I was like taking that and I took that oath, and I was just like ready to fucking go out there. And then I was like, you know what? I ship out in less than 2 months. I got time. Like literally couple blinks
Boom,
here and there.
You're there.
Right.
1 week away. 5 days.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. It's gonna be weird not like really being able to talk to you or see you for like half a year. 'Cause
Right.
we've been like talking basically daily since we were in middle school.
Right.
Man, it's crazy, man. That's another thing is like, bro, you're Muslim, your parents are from Bangladesh, I'm white, atheist, and we're best friends.
Right.
Like, why can't I don't understand why other people can't have it. I want someone, if you know the answer to why people are closed, like a real scientific answer on why people are closed minded. Why don't people want to like expand their friend group and learn about other people and cultures? It's boring to be with your same group all the time. Why not learn more shit? Find out new things. Like I said, the food great. The culture is interesting, and I learned about Ramadan and all that stuff. I would like I said, I probably wouldn't have known that without you being my friend.
'Cause I feel like how I mentioned earlier, they're scared to try something new. You know, whether meeting someone new from a different place, like they're not ready for it. 'Cause I've met a lot of people, and when they find out I'm Muslim, they're like start to back off. They're like, "Oh, well, your religion is wrong." But
It's like,
at but at the end of the day, I'm like, who's to say you're right, I'm wrong, and vice versa, you know?
but that's the thing that fucking pisses me off. It's like you're judging him based on your religion, and you're not judging him based on you. Like, I didn't give a fuck if you were Muslim or not. I didn't give a fuck what you thought or said until, I got to know you and we became friends. I actually get to know the real you and how you think and what you actually value and shit. Just because that's just grouping and putting people together in this little box, this tight knit group box, and then like you won't interact with them because of what one person in this one radical group did or like some other shit. It's like, why?
See, it's so funny when like people like say, "Oh, you're a terrorist, you're that." Like the people don't really people really don't know the actual definition of a terrorist.
They don't, because terrorists aren't just brown people.
Right.
Terrorist can be a white person, an Asian person, a black person. Terrorist is not a term coined just for the Middle Eastern culture.
And it's so funny when like I'll never forget like in middle school, what was it? Whenever like they killed Osama bin Laden, people were coming up to me. They're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss," and I just started laughing, and I was just like,
That's just kids are fucking assholes, bro. Kids are just straight fucking brutal assholes.
and it was just like, I mean, of course it offended me to to a certain extent, but at the end of the day, like I would fucking come home, beat my meat, watch my fucking shows, do my homework, and call it a night.
Hey, man, at the end of the day, bro, self-happiness is the thing, bro. Don't let these, like, fucking petty-ass, ignorant fucking retards just, like, ruin your mood. And, bro, I just don't understand why that shit doesn't piss other people off. Like, bro, you tell me about shit where these old white fucks just be, like, calling you terrorists and saying all these fucked up shit. And, obviously, me being a white guy, I never really had to experience, I guess, a kind of cultural hate like that. I mean, you could kind of say, like with everyone kind of hating on white males right now.
Right.
It's not the same. It's not, but I've never really had that scenario where I've had people like attack me just for well, I've been attacked for being atheist, but it's still not nearly as what like other people would, like other groups like Muslims or Asian people would be like be put into, you know what I'm saying?
Right. And
I don't have that kind of experience. And it makes me so angry just hearing about shit like that. It's like, how could you be so ignorant and just try to, like, why not? Like, my whole thing, bro, be positive, man. Just be kind to everyone, uplift everyone, just be supportive. Why do people have to put other people down? And it's like, whenever someone does that, just know you already won. You're the bigger person. They're assaulting and attacking you based on your personal, like, beliefs or ideologies or how you look. They don't know you. They don't know what the fuck is going on. They're
Right.
just being fucking ignorant assholes. And all right, you talk about before I fucking blow a fucking blood vessel.
Because most people, what they do is like they see someone they don't know anything about. They only see what the media, what the media portrays, and then they go and they base their opinions from that. If you actually took the time and got to know the religion, like for example, with my religion, me being Muslim, right? My religion is all about peace. Now, where the terror comes from is you have something called the Sharia law, and that's a cultural thing.
Isn't there like two separate groups of Muslims? Like
So you have like two groups of Muslim. It's kind of like the same thing with like Christianity as well, like Catholic and Baptist.
Got you.
And then it's just like so
very slight differences, kind of.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's like the religion itself is the same. However, you have the cultural difference, and since Islam is so heavily it comes from the Middle East, they have the Middle Eastern, they have their own culture, which is called the Sharia law. So it's like they say, oh, if you steal there, your hand's going to get the hand that you use to steal.
Is it kind of like that eye for eye, tooth for tooth? Nail for nail?
Yeah. So it's like, oh, these girls, if you show your thing, you're gonna get stoned. Like nowhere in our Quran it says that. Like it's like the Quran is fucking translated into English. Like if someone wants to know, like fucking look it up and read it for yourself. Like
So what you're saying is, well, all right. So what I'm taking is that people are misconcepting the culture with the religion.
yes,
Okay, see that makes sense, and people wouldn't know that if they never fucking talked to you. Like,
right,
that's eye opening. I mean, it's very interesting because obviously, like, I'm atheist. I don't really look at other religions too much. But I do like to learn about them, and it's interesting, just learning about, your religion. You tell me this, there's two different groups, and, if one, you get the word out there and people actually hear, like, oh, that's not actually in their Quran. That's just a thing. It doesn't tell them to actually, no, motherfucker, do your goddamn research before you make a fucking assumption.
and the thing is, like, so no one is born a true religion, Like whenever I was born, my parents they taught me all about my religion, Islam, right?
Yeah, most kids get indoctrinated into their religions
so
and
it's
don't really
like
have a choice.
So it's like no one's really born a true. It's like I didn't have a choice. My parents they taught me, and I went with it until I gotten older when I started doing research on my own and to see like these different religion, and I started learning about Christianity, Hinduism, Buddhism, all this shit. Like I started researching and I will figure it out. But at the end of the day, like I didn't look at it from like, oh, my religion, this is what I'm going to say.
You don't want to look at it like my religion is better than others.
Yeah, because, I mean, whatever you believe in, like, at the end of the day, it's called the people of the books, It talks about the Jews, it talks about the Christians and the Muslims. We all believe in the same God, but in my term, the God's name is Arabic.
Allah.
Yeah, and, like,
And a lot of people don't even understand that. Like, a lot of people don't know that Allah is just God in Arabic. They think that the name is actual Allah.
And I'm just like, my religion, it comes from, in Arabic.
It's one of the oldest religions, too.
And it's like, that's why we say Allah. It's like, it's an Arabic fucking thing. Like, my religion is based upon Arabic.
Yeah, it's a very heavily Arabic-centered religion.
Yeah, so it's like, now, if you want to get realistic, you have the Christianity, they believe in, like, the Holy Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh, well, your God is different than mine. I was like, okay, where does your God live? Is he east? Is he west? No, he's up there, right? So is mine, you dumbass.
I don't get it, man. I try to look at everything non-biased, and I try to look at the facts before I make any assumptions and try to get to know the person or get to know all the details, facts, numbers before I really make a committed, like, ideology. You know what I'm saying? Like, if someone tells me that, I don't know, like, Susan Boyle, if you don't know who that is, amazing voice, America's Got Talent, look her up on YouTube. Looks like a barn door, though. If someone told me that she had liver cancer, I wouldn't immediately just say, okay. First, I'm like, all right, let me see. Or if I hear from the horse's mouth, That's obviously, like, the hardest thing with today is technology and information. It's so hard to really know what's true or not.
Yeah, because it's like sometimes the things that you see on the news or wherever you read about it, hear about it, see about it, you want to know the both sides to it because every story has two sides. You can't just go off of, oh, well, I see this is right, everything else is wrong. What a crazy world we live in today.
It's amazing how people will ignore one side and, like, completely ignore the other side and just not let one side talk. It's like you're not going to solve anything by that, and you're only going to cause, like, a rift between the people because you're not letting both sides be heard and talked, and that's a big issue going on now with the censorship, bro. Like, Trump got banned off Twitter and Facebook and I think Instagram, too, for 2 years.
Good God.
Because, like, I mean, it's a big debate because, like, the social media platforms are technically personal, like, companies. They're not government. They're not, like, anything related to the government at all. They're personal companies, and they technically can make their own rules. But at this point, when the social media platforms are so big, it's like, is it basically a public commodity or a